Welcome to the Tokyo 2020 Summer Paralympics and to session 14 of this extensive track and field program. Well, it's been a wet day across the capital. It's interesting to think that there were plans initially for this stadium to have a retractable roof. Well, it might have helped a bit today, but it seems nothing can stop our Paralympians from producing world records, even in the heats and in the rain. Tonight, there are plenty of finals on the track, and who knows how many existing best times might fall by the wayside in the next few hours. We also have long jump, discus, shot put and javelin to bring you. And we hope you can stay with us for the journey. Really, watching 2020 Paralympics is a very good use of time, even if we're a bit biased here.
Yeah, it is a good use of time. The rain is falling slightly, but it's still decent conditions for the athletes. Not too bad out there. And the track has still provided plenty of records, whether it be Paralympic records, world records, season best or lifetime bests. It's been fantastic throughout. 6 track finals this evening and a couple of visually impaired categories to get us underway. The second of those, the women's 100 metres, T12 for medium visual impairment. Amara Durand looking for a third successive Paralympic 100 metre gold medal. And then we have the wheelchair categories going out as well. Tatiana Mcfadden, the world record holder in the women's 400 metres T54. She's also the Paralympic champion in that. 15 World Championship golds to go with her 7 Paralympic golds. And there is loads more to come throughout the course of the evening, both on the track and in the field as well. Really looking forward to it.
So the pattern is that we start off by introducing a couple of field events, and that's what we'll do this evening, starting with the women's long jump T63 final. That also has a T42 athlete in there, and T61. Looking forward to seeing Vanessa Lowe in that. Former German champion, now representing Australia. And if you were with us in the earlier session today, we even had a marriage proposal, which was very exciting and very moving, actually. A couple from Cape Verde, a vision impaired athlete, proposed to by her guide, and it was very sweet, very sweet. I'm not expecting another one, but it caught us all by surprise in a nice way. The track is wet, but really hasn't bothered anyone, except with the exception, I suppose, Tolson, of the throwing events where the circle can be slippery, and as the athletes are spinning through for a discus or shot put throw, they can put themselves a little bit at risk. Yeah,
we did see that earlier. You can see the surface water there, 20 degrees, the humidity 97%. There's been absolutely no wind to speak of throughout these championships. Nothing at all. It's been magnificent as far as the athletes for world records and Paralympic records on the track. That isn't too nice today, though, is it? We've had blazing sunshine earlier in this athletics championship section of the Paralympics, and all of a sudden the rain has come, the heavens have opened, and well, in the last 24 hours we've had a fair bit of rain, as is the want in Tokyo at this time of the year. Rain has come. It's been a little bit difficult for those in that long jump pit over there because the sand has been sticking to them as they're getting out, and it's not very comfortable.
It isn't, and it's gone a little bit darker, but as we said earlier, at least it hasn't turned to mud or cement. It's still sand. It just happens to be wet. And of course, the landing area for javelin also pretty damp, but our officials out on the field are doing a great job, and they will again tonight. And the long jumpers about to appear have had a bit of a practice and warm up, and there's our little vehicle that brings the javelin back to the throwing area.
It's getting a bit clogged up with grass.
That's why it needs to be a 4-wheel drive. Perhaps it is. The surface holding up pretty well. So it's a little bit gritty, so that there's still some traction there for the athletes, and of course on the bottom of their running shoes they make the appropriate choice for these conditions. But it is coming down again. A look at the forecast suggests that maybe 8:30 or 9 o'clock, and we're just coming up to 7. It might stop for a while.
I think it's more to do with those actual throwing events. The discus throws F64 coming up as one of the first field events, and anything to do with discus, javelin, shot put, and we saw it in the earlier morning session that when you slide through that circle, that it's so slippery because it's so smooth with the cement that you can really cause yourself some damage. And just think about those who were in the F11 category a lot earlier and throwing a discus, and how difficult it is when you've got a complete visual impairment to make sure that not only are you throwing what you need to throw, but at the same time you're minding your footing.
Yes, we had a couple of unsteady moments, but I was just marveling at the skill of the athletes to be able to negotiate a slippery circle unsighted and still get the discus away into the sector. Some Australian fans probably anticipating the long jump, which is first up, with Vanessa Lowe to go in that one. Married to Rio gold medalist Scott Reardon. So she's come across to represent Australia. The grandstands here are covered by the roof, but the grass surface is not, and partially the track is covered. Here's the introduction for the long jump. And you see Vanessa Lowe in the T61 category holds a world record of 5:07. Martina Caironi, T63, 5:19. And both these athletes will feature. In fact, they go one after the other. As you can see there towards the bottom, athletes from the Netherlands, Spain, Japan, Brazil, Switzerland, Belgium, Italy, Australia. So it's a lovely spread of nations. And as we've said once or twice, even if China are the dominant nation overall, there's a great spread of medals and representation on the podium that we're getting here at the track and field. Fleur Schouten of the Netherlands, 6th at the 2019 World Championships and 3rd at the 2018 Europeans. Desiree Villa-Bagiela, 3rd at the European Championships this year. Maegawa Kaede, 4th in Rio and 4th at the World Championships 2 years ago. And Claudia da Silva, 5th in Rio, where she was also 4th in the 100 metres. Sophia Gonzalez for Switzerland, had a 5th at the European Championships this year. Kita Heinen from the city of Ghent, 2nd at the World Championships 2019. Elena Krata, best of 4:69 she brings to this competition. Martina Caironi, 2nd in Rio and won the 100 there. She's 31 now, Vanessa Lowe. A wealth of experience, a winner from Rio. And Tozawa Tomomi, 22, 4th at the Asian Para Games with 3:89, but a best of 4:57. So an interesting and quality field. They'll be looking to keep themselves a bit out of the rain. And we're up for a start already. Fleur Schouten sees no point hanging around. Let's get it underway. And we've just ticked past 7 o'clock, so we can do that. And she's got a personal best of 4:32. She's in the T63 category. Oh, that's a big foul, I'm afraid. Didn't get the run up quite right at all. That's okay. I'm sure she'll make the necessary adjustment. When I say that's okay, it's fine for me to say, but I'm sure she will adjust. She's experienced enough, even at 20. She's been to World Championships. coach trying to pass on the right words. We go back to the top of the runway for Desiree Villa Baguera from Madrid. Her 4 meters 23 PB was set at the European Championships this year, and the 23-year-old is on her way. That's a better finding of the board. And you see how sticky that sand is. That's got to be uncomfortable. Yuck. That's all right. Comes with being a long jumper.
Just got the run up wrong there. The last couple of strides, you can just see the leg action shorten up and not getting anywhere near as much distance as she wanted.
399. Yes, she's got more to give for sure. Men's discus F64 is also about to get underway. David Blair, 64.26. And the Paralympic record as well from Rio. Here's our field of just 6 today, but there's some big throwers in there from Great Britain, USA, Croatia and Estonia. They got Yosar. Dan Greaves, 38 years of age, won in Athens 2004. Silver in London and Sydney, bronze in Rio and Beijing. What a record. Jeremy Campbell from Edmond, Oklahoma, 4th in Rio, but a winner in London and Beijing. Ivan Katanusic from Zagreb, Croatia, the winner of the 2021 European Championships. So all these men with great credentials. David Blair from Eagle Mountain, Utah, 64.11 in Rio.
And finally throwing at 6, 8th in the Rio final for Estonia.
So Harrison Walsh, unfortunately, hasn't made it to the start line. They got Yosar, 27 from Estonia. Mayagawa Kaede. Has a best of 4.26. You had to stretch a little bit to reach the board, so I think that had an impact on the distance she could achieve there. She could feel herself a bit short of the board. You've got to reach for it or shorten stride. It's going to take distance away. So Mayagawa, a 3.98 to start with a PB of 4.26. And Claudia Da Silva, T42, so a limb deficiency rather than competing with a prosthetic leg. Finds the board all right. Has a best of 3.85. The best in Rio was a 3.62, which earned her 5th place. Did manage a 4th at the 2015 World Championships, Da Silva. .363. Sophia Gonzalez representing Switzerland. Well, she was born in London. Sets off. Gets a round of applause for that one, and she gives herself a clap as well. Hit the board nicely, Gonzalez. Very young, 20-year-old. What a big moment, big competition for her. Did compete at the World Championships 2 years ago, where she finished 9th. And a 3:96. That is a personal best. No wonder she came up smiling as the rain continues to fall here at the National Stadium.
Well, the Greek, Chinese and Namibian flags are flying because all three of those countries are in this, the men's 100 metres T11 final. What a way to start the evening session. Athanasios Gavalas, the world record, he's set, breaking it in his heat. Ananias Chikongo of Namibia. He took bronze in 2016, silver in 2017 at the World Championships. He's taken silver here already in 400 metres. This man has taken the gold in the long jump. Di Dong Dong was 4th in Rio, just missing out in the medal there. He took bronze in 2015 and 17 at the Worlds. Here he is, the man who broke that world record, the European champion, Athanasios Gavalas. And France's Timothy Adolphe, silver in 2019 and at the European Championships. Disqualified here in the 400 metres, 8 times disqualified in major championships for Timothy Adolphe.
That's not a record to be proud of, is it?
No, it's not. Reigning champion David Brown failed to qualify from the semi-final. He lost his world and Paralympic record, of course, to the Greek. There he is, the new world record holder. And in lane 5, the man known as the White Cheetah, Timothy Adolphe. Di Dong Dong of China in lane 7. 1 gold already here in Tokyo 2020. So the complete visual impairment category. T11 men's 100 metre final. Compulsory to run with a guide. And if you're new to the sport, there will be a tether between the guide and the athlete. The guide just putting the athlete in place. And the tether you can see there on the hand of the athlete will then be put onto the hand of the guide once the guide is happy with where the athlete is position-wise. There you see the tether, all about being synchronized when you're running. So Chikongo in 1, Gavalas the world record holder in 3, Adolphe in 5, and D in 7. Men's 100 metres T11 final. And they jumped quickly, and quickest of all was the world record holder, Gavalas. He got away to an absolute flyer, and he's storming down the straight. As Athanasios Gavalas is going to take it, a new world record. Well, Gavalas has raced away for everyone. 10.82 is the time which has come up. He's taken 6th, 100th of a second off the time he broke in the heat. Timothy Adolphe has picked up the silver medal in a lifetime best for him of 10.90. And Chikongo of Namibia with a new African record, 10.98. Adolphe gets the hugs from his guide Bruyne no pricks. He takes the silver. Namibia with the bronze. D Dong Dong with a new Asian record back in 4th place. So every runner has broken their lifetime best in that race. But that man there, Athanasios Gavalas of Greece, is the gold medalist at Tokyo 2020 with a new world record mark of 10.82. Well, the start was an absolute flyer. He bounced out of the blocks. And just look at how hard he's working with his guy, both together, the leg action moving at the same time, released across the line. And Adolphe just holds on for the silver, but Gavalas out in front by a metre or two. The guy yelling as he goes across the duck and dip. He does that.
That's great news for Greece, their first gold medal. It's going to lift them up the standings a bit. He did dip a bit early, but fortunately for him, it didn't matter. What a result for Gavalas and for Greece. Quite a few Greek accredited people here to watch this performance, and he's thrilled them all.
Well, he's the European champion, Bitigosh. He ran 10.98 then. In Berlin, 11.47 he ran then in 2018. Remarkable improvement over the past few years. That just comes down to hard work and training. 10.82, they pose with the sign. Does Gavalas and his guide. A new world record, taking 6th 100th of a second off the mark he set in the heat. Quite extraordinary start to the evening session.
Very relaxed now. His tummy must have felt it was full of butterflies 5 minutes ago.
Well, there's something about the T11 category that I find endearing. It's just so much work that goes in from both people. It's not just about one person. It's about working as a team in an individual sport, basically. So what they've done and put into that, the amount of effort that goes into it, the sweat, the tears, the pressure, and the reaction tells it all. The enjoyment that comes out of it, much deserved. And Greece pick up the first gold medal of the evening through Athanasios Gavalas. So a world record time of 10.82. Timothy Adolphe, lifetime best 10.90 with a silver, and D adds to his long jump gold with a lifetime best. And Shikongo has been disqualified. So D goes up into the bronze medal position, and Shikongo of Namibia disqualified.
Back across to the long jump, and the T42, 61 and 63. Well behind the board was Krata. Jumper from Bern in Switzerland. She's still put in a good jump though. It's out around 450. Did achieve a pretty good height and a fair bit of travel. Krata with a best of 469, so she's not far off that PB with a 456 to start the competition. She looks to be in form. Now, Vanessa Lowe, got Australian nationality in 2017, a former German. Well, she was way short of the board, as you saw, so there's lots of room for improvement there. Just a bit of a miscalculation in difficult conditions. Again, though, it looks to be out around that 450 mark. And comes up with about a kilo of sand spread across the body. One Rio with a 493. There's a 448. to start the competition for Lowe. Jeremy Campbell, part of a small but quality field in the F64 discus. So it's a very wet circle. This is not an easy thing to do in these conditions. Spin across and keep your footing. See, his left foot did slip a bit, but he's got away a good throw out around the 60 metres. He's got a PB of 65.86. Sends it into the night sky, and a dreary one it is tonight, but that discus is absolutely sailing. And for Campbell, a 60.22.
So a world record in the opening track final of the evening. Now the women's 100 metres T12 final. And it contains Cuba's Amara Durand, reigning champion, looking for 3 in a row. Liang Yangfen, Paralympic Games debut. She was 6th back in 2019 at the World Championships in Dubai.
She's improved to 12.45 here for
Dominican Republic's Dalinas De La Cruz Severino, her debut at the Paralympic Games as well, the second of the 4 that go, the 20-year-old from Santo Domingo. And the lady who's going for a 3rd successive gold in the 100 metres. She already has gold in the 400 metres, Amara Durand. Oksana Baterchik, she won gold back in 2008, bronze in 2012, and she's won silver here over 400 metres behind Amara Durand in that one. So a quality field. It was Durand and Baterchik who won their respective semi-finals, and Liang and De La Cruz Severino, the fastest of the qualifiers. Liang goes from lane 1. Amara Durand will go from 3. Baterchik from lane 5. And the Dominican Republic youngster at 20 years of age, De La Cruz Severino, will go from lane 7. If you're just wondering why, it's because there are 2 athletes, because it's a T12 category, and if they go with a guide, then you only have the 4 maximum who can go in the race. T12 guide not compulsory, so all 4 here though are running with a guide. Medium visual impairment. Amara Durand, gold in 2012 in the 100 and 400, 2016 in the 100, the 200 and the 400. Already here in Tokyo, gold in the 400. And they get away very quickly, and Durand gets away quickest of all, as you'd expect. She flies out of the blocks, and she's about 5 metres in front, but Baterchik's doing her best to chase her down. It's Durand over the line, 11.49 seconds. There's been a fall in the background, but Durand takes it, 11.49. De La Cruz Severino went over, but she's fine after she went over the line. Just a minor mishap. Baterchik picks up the silver. No issues there with the Dominican Republic athlete. She's fine. That's the main thing. And Durand has picked up a 7th Paralympic gold medal. Liang Yangfen takes the bronze. The Cuban flag will be waving And 7 Paralympic golds now to go with those 11 World Championship golds. 11:49 the time. And she got away very quickly. Always the start is so important in these events. She made her debut in athletics back in 2007. She has a husband who represented Cuba in athletics in the hammer throw at the Pan American Games in 2007 and 2011. And it just runs in the family, doesn't it? Mara Durand. Poetry in motion. And makes it 2 golds. The 100 title to go with the 400 title at Tokyo 2020. Well, the masks go on as per protocol. But this was something special. The Chinese athlete Liang actually got away really well also, but it's just the middle section of the race where she fell away slightly. And the lady who was named Best Sportswoman of the 2016 Paralympic Games in Rio by the IPC has made it another gold medal. Wonderful to watch in full flight. And again, the guide has to take credit. So confirmation of the result. Mara Durand of Cuba, 11:49 with the gold, Peterchik with the silver, and Liang with a bronze medal for China.
Back to the men's discus F64. And Ivan Katunisic. Nice throw out towards 55, a 30-year-old from Croatia. He was 5th in Rio with a 55.36. This was the circle used by vision-impaired throwers this morning, and they did ever so well to keep their feet as the rain tumbled down. Go over and get a little bit of a sense of where he might improve. We'll go with Eget Yossar of Estonia now, from Haapsalu. 51.35. He's the least experienced of the throwers in this field. He was 8th in Rio. Not a debutant at the Paralympics, but in terms of overall experience, he's giving away a fair bit to the other men. And a 44.07. He's capable of 51 plus. Dan Greaves needs one on the board. Fouled with his first. Oh, it's slippery at the front of the circle. He's nearly went over there. Lucky they're so nifty on their feet. They've got a tremendous balance. He's got it out there past 50 metres. 60.22 to chase at the moment. A big first throw from Campbell. 51.79 for the Brit Dan Greaves.
More pirouettes than a jazz dancer just then.
Katunisic. World record belongs to David Blair, 64.26. Just takes away a little bit of your confidence with technique if you're not sure if you're going to be able to keep your feet through well, 720 degrees of rotation. 53.90. Katanasic. Now David Blair. First up foul. Oh, there we go again. The left shoe slipping on that surface. That's got to mess with your mind a little bit. Am I going to be okay? Well, he was.
Well, he was a baseball player growing up, so if this was in baseball, that'd have been off the surface by now.
Importantly, though, he's got one on the board, and 53.18 in third, behind Campbell and Katanasic. We've got the women's long jump going as well, and Krata is leading early. A little closer to the board. First round, 4:56. And Kaironi fouled with a first. She holds the T63 world record of 5:19. Landed that pretty well. See what it brings her. And she's straight over to the coach. 5:01, and she's on the board.
So the first of the wheelchair finals of the evening, the women's 400 metres T53 final. Chelsea McClammer, the world record holder, goes in this one, as does Zhao Hongjuan, the Paralympic record holder from Rio 5 years ago. Also the double champion from 2012 and 16, Zhao Hongjuan. McClammer didn't have the greatest of times going through as a qualifier. Hamide Dungagan of Turkey will go in lane 8. Just missed out on medals in the 100 and 200. Angie Ballard, silver in 2012, bronze in 2016. Samantha Kinghorn, who took bronze here over the 100 metres already. She's the 2014 European champion at this event and was bronze in London 2017. China's Gao Fang, fourth back in Dubai at the Worlds in 2019. Switzerland's Catherine de Bruyne, who's taken bronze over 800 metres here already. She took gold in 2019 and 21. Zhao Hongjuan of China, silver in the 100 and 800, was the Paralympic champion back in 2012. Chelsea McClammer, she's the world record holder, and Jessica Frotten, her first Paralympic Games, has already competed in the 800 and 1500. So in lane 3, It's Xiao Hongjuan, the champion from 2012 and 16. A field that is stacked with potential winners. Well, they've just been asked to relax for a moment. I suspect it doesn't help with the rain coming down. It's a added difficulty for wheelchair racing as well. Only the one lap, but there's plenty of spray that will come up off the surface as well. So it's a green card. No issues with anyone being ruled out of the race. So we still have 8. So it's Dongagan in 8, Ballard in 7, Kinghorn in 6, Gao in 5, De Bruyne in 4, Zhu in 3, McClammer in 2, and Frotton goes in lane 1. This time they are away, and all with no problems at all. And well, it's a very even start in lane 3. As you expect, Xiao Hongjuan, who's the double defending champion, has got away really quickly, and she's trying to chase down the back straight because inside Angie Ballard, Samantha Kinghorn is looking really good as well, and Kinghorn is streaming past Ballard at the moment. They're down to around 200 metres to go with the leaders out in front. Dongagan in lane 9 has just round the bend there, but strong on the inside. It's a Chinese looking really good through Zhu, the defending champion. She's in lane 3 as she struggles around to the last 100 metres, but she's just dropped back somewhat. And in lane 4, it's Catherine De Bruyne. It's Catherine De Bruyne who's looking fantastically good. Sammy Kinghorn in second position, and it is going to be Kinghorn second possibly, but in first position in 56.18 seconds. Going across is Catherine De Bruyne of Switzerland. Well, she picked up bronze in the 800 metres. She's now taken herself a gold in the 400. It was a sea of red heading around that final 200 metres. And Switzerland's Catherine De Bruyne European champion. She's now the Paralympic champion. No, Zhu Hongjuan was left behind when they got to the last 100. Samantha Kinghorn was looking pretty good there with a couple of hundred to go. But in the end, Zhu ended up having to settle for a bronze. Great Britain's Kinghorn took the silver, and it was Catherine De Bruyne of Switzerland who picked up the gold. Thought Zhu would be further up when it came to that last 100 metres, but she just dropped off somewhat. And De Bruyne streaked away, and Kinghorn, by 4/100ths of a second, takes the silver medal. With Catherine De Bruyne, 56.18. Plenty of surface water, but plenty of effort as well.
It's really challenging, isn't it? That front wheel throws up so much water, and then they fly through it into the face.
Well, De Bruyne adds to the bronze in that 800-metre race. 56.18 is the time. She takes gold in the women's 400 metres T53. Well, it was just about there where I thought Zhou, the defending champion in 2012 and 16, would make a move for it, but De Bruyne just got even quicker. Thought she may have used up a bit of gas early on, but she's got plenty left in the tank. And she streaked away in the end to win by a good 5 or 6 metres.
There's that water coming up. Have some of that straight in the face, but it doesn't put them off. Head down, shoulders working. Great result. The Swiss celebrate.
Well, she says she's been influenced by the Canadian wheelchair racer and politician Chantal Petitclerc. Petitclerc, 14 gold medals at Paralympics. Catherine de Bruyne now joins her. Not quite at that mark, but she has a gold. So De Bruyne with the gold in 56.18. Kinghorn of Great Britain, a silver, 57.25. And the former champion, Zhao Hongjuan, 57.29 with the bronze.
Rain still falling quite heavily in Tokyo as they tidy up the long jump pit, the women's T63. Now Vanessa Lowe was well short of the board with the first attempt, comes in to the second round in second position. This time she's closer to the board, and this time she's well out there. A good jump from Vanessa Lowe. Well, just on the front edge of the board, she was probably 30 centimetres short of it with the first attempt. So this one much better. And what are we looking at here? Something over 5 metres. 5:16 and a world record for Vanessa Lowe. And a smiling but relatively calm reaction as she takes the lead. Mayagawa Kaide. Foul with a second. She's sitting in fourth position. Found the board well. She's put some work in on that hair. She'd look at home on the Rainbow Bridge. That's a great job. She looks spectacular. That's a statement. Let's hope she can match it with some work in the pit here. Mayagawa. That's the best of 4:26, so she's moving up towards it. Now Kratter was the first round leader. But Vanessa Lowe has just taken a good hold of this competition with a 5:16 and a new record. Remembering Lowe is a T61. And we've got a couple of categories jumping in this final. T61, T63 and T42 with varying degrees of impairment there. 4:71 for Kratter. And that's a new personal best by 2 centimetres.
Women's 400 metres, T54. Another wheelchair category race. This is the strongest of the wheelchair categories. Tatiana Mcfadden, the world record holder. Chantal Petitclerc, who we mentioned a few moments ago, holds the record set for the Paralympic record in 2004. Petitclerc, 14 gold medals at the Paralympics, and she had 8 World Championship golds, what they all aspired to, including Tatiana Mcfadden, the Paralympic champion and world record holder. In lane out, it is world champion Zhao Lu Hong. Took bronze in 2016 in Rio. She's won the gold medal at the World since. She'll now look to add the Paralympic title. Marie-Emmanuelle Anez-Alphonse, her Paralympic Games debut. She's gone in the 100 metres and came 5th in that from Mauritius. Area record in her heat. This lady had a season best in her heat. Zhao Jiqian, she's won gold already over the 100 and 1500 metres here at these championships. The reigning champion, Tatiana Mcfadden, bronze over 5,000 and silver over 800. Yet to get a gold here. This lady's got one. Gold over 800 metres, Manuela Scher took silver over 1,500 and 5,000 already. Sherry Madsen took a bronze way back in 1996. She's taken a bronze here in the 100 as well. She won gold in 2000. Talking of Sydney in 2000, Sherry Madsen is next to Eliza O'Connell. She was 8th in the 100 metres, the 39-year-old. And from a 39-year-old to a 17-year-old, her Paralympic Games debut from Mainz in Germany, Merle Marie Menya, who's also a winter para-athlete looking at Beijing next year. So as the rain buckets down in front of Manuela Scher, it'll be one circuit, 400 metres, to see who'll be the Tokyo 2020 Paralympic champion. And they get away, and Mcfadden is moving up very quickly already on Zhao of China, who's 3 from the far side, the lady who's already won gold over 100 and 1,500 metres. And Mcfadden's moving up right past her at the moment. Inside Mcfadden, it's Manuela Scher, who's already taken a gold over 800 metres. This the shorter distance. Mcfadden's looking strong at the moment with Manuela Scher on the inside. And further in, there's a real burst on from Sherry Madsen as well. But as they turn around into the main straight, Mcfadden looks like she's been left behind. And it is number 4, Manuela Scher, who's going to go down and take it. Manuela Scher takes it. And it is Switzerland who pick up another gold medal. Well, she takes it to add to the 800-metre gold. She's won silver over 1,500 and 5,000. The Swiss celebrate because they've done it again. Marcel Hoog's been doing it in the men's T54 category, and this lady's been doing it in the women's section. Switzerland reigns supreme again. Well, Sherry Madsen did her best on the inside, along with Mcfadden. Madsen takes the silver. Mcfadden's missed out altogether. While Zhu Ji-Qin, who's won a couple of gold medals over the 100 and 1,500, this time she picks up a bronze. Mcfadden got away quick. She went up on the inside there of Zhu, and then Manuela Scher just left them to it and said, I'll go past everyone. And Scher just burst around into that last 100 metres. Zhu finished quickly, went past Mcfadden to take up the bronze medal, but Manuela Scher was too far out in front, and she claims the gold. 2 golds and 2 silvers for her now at these Paralympic Games in Tokyo. Just look at that water. TV is a magnificent thing. It makes it look a lot brighter and cleaner than it is. And she's almost using it like an umbrella. Manuela Scher of Switzerland, 53.59, takes the gold medal in the women's 400 metres T54 category. Well, number 3, Sherry Madsen there of the United States. Way back in 1996, she picked up a bronze medal. She won in Sydney 2000 when she took gold. She took silver in 2016 behind Tatiana Mcfadden. This time she's taken silver again, though, behind a Swiss athlete, Manuela Scher. 36 years of age, 53.59 the time she set. And she picks up her 2nd gold medal of Tokyo 2020. Sherry Madsen with a silver yet again. And it's Zhu Ji-Qin, who has 2 golds to her name already. She now has a bronze, a lifetime best at 54.10.
So the water sweepers are doing their best around the throwing venues. Give us a decent surface. Dan Greaves with a 51.79. This is the Discus F64 class. Oh, I'm not sure if that was a fair attempt. His feet was right on the line of the circle. Well, it does get the white flag, so that's fortunate for him. It was a near thing. You've got Jeremy Campbell still leading courtesy of his 60.22. It's extremely difficult with this rain belting down. A smooth cement surface there. If they can create a more gritty surface to get a bit more friction. Greaves 53-56 now. Katanasic of Croatia. See how he handles the wet. Quite well. Quite well indeed. And he's got himself into second position for the moment. This is quite a small field with Harrison Walsh pulling out. So just the 5 as he spins and releases. Not the sort of night for records in throwing events. And a 55.06 ensures that he's still there in second position. Yosar of Estonia. Not particularly happy with that. Gave me the impression it might have slipped out of his hand, but it's still a fairly decent effort. It's a wobbly old path to the ground. Our officials out there have got to be very quick to get across and recognise where the impact was in these conditions. 43.35 before it gets washed away. We're just compacting the throws here. Here he is at the start of the... Oh, no, he's all right. As they go in reverse order after the first 3 rounds, so he goes first after having just thrown. That's the quirk of the competition, because he was last up through the first 3 throws and then goes first because he had the shortest throw out of those that first half of the competition. Twinkle toes, well done. And a 43.95. Still his first throw holding up. Getting what protection he can from the rain there under that white roof. Now we go with David Blair. Won in Rio with a throw of 64.11. Like to find that right now. Yes, it's just a lack of confidence. He just, oh, there's water here. Am I going to be all right? Oh, it's so difficult. You got to feel for the guys. Try again. And he gets it away. Well, it's very tough. Very tough indeed. That's a slippery circle.
Hard to comprehend, isn't it, that we had such dry weather a few days ago and all of a sudden now we're out in torrential conditions.
And a 48-metre throw, his confidence was rocked by a couple of slips there. Let's catch up with the action in the women's long jump T63 and Vanessa Lowe. She's already set a world record of 5:16 with her second attempt. Yes, short of the board again, as she was with her first. She was much better with that 5:16 second round attempt. Has the lead though. Mayagawa. I don't know enough about fashion to even attempt to describe the haircut, but I quite like it. It suits her. Oh, right on the board where she needed to be. That's good timing. Mayagawa, the best at the moment of hopes for Japan. Best of 4:12 from Tozawa. So Japan with 2 in this final. And they're both in the top half dozen. She's having a good time of it out there. And a 4:23. Now, Krata, PB of 4:71. She said she was first round leader, and she was overtaken by Vanessa Lowe. Caironi of Italy is sitting between Lowe and Krata at the moment. Oh, she's found the board well there. In this classification, so much importance placed on making most use of the board, timing the run-up, the pacing and the striding right. And Krata has just set a PB of 4:71. Has she bettered it again? Oh yes, 4:81. So she started off with a 4:69 PB coming in. She's done a good job. So 5:01 second leap for Caironi now. Can she throw down the challenge to Lowe? She's around that world record mark. Comes from Bologna. She's 31 and was second in Rio. But subsequent to that, won the 2017 World Championship with a 4:72. Well, she can clear 5 meters comfortably on her day. Not with that one though, of 4:88. Here's our leader, Vanessa Lowe. Can she find the board? No, it's timing's gone again on the run-up. She won't be thrilled with that one. Be lucky to make 4 meters with that. That's the challenge. Double amputee. Those very springy blades. Hard to make that big an adjustment in the last few strides. And in these conditions, well, good luck to anybody. Still throwing it down at the National Stadium in Tokyo. Men's shot put F35. Norbukov owns the world record of 17:32. And Norbukov will be third up behind Bergs of Latvia and Fu of China. Also Italy, RPC, Argentina, Iran and India represented in this one.
Let's welcome them to the stadium. Throwing at the 2021 European champion for Latvia.
Edgar's Bergs. A fairly serious beard happening there. The 36-year-old. Second twice at World Championships.
Paralympic champion for the People's Republic of China.
He is the Rio winner with an effort of 15:19. Fu Xinhan from Shanghai.
Throwing third, the world record holder for Uzbekistan.
He's third in Rio, won the 19 World Championships, where he also won the discus. Norbukov.
Throwing at four, the European bronze medalist for Italy.
Offering up a prayer for a good outcome. Nicky Russo. Born in Montreal, actually, in Canada, but representing Italy. The best of 13:42
This year, RPC athletes.
on behalf of the Russian Paralympic Committee. Alexander Elman, who was fourth in London, 2012.
At six, it's the 2016 silver medalist for Argentina.
Yes, runner-up in Rio, third at the World Championships 2 years ago. Emmanuel Ura of Argentina.
At seven, the Asian para silver medalist for the Islamic
From the Islamic Republic of Iran, Javan Mahdi is 31 years of age, and like Ura has a PB of 15:87.
2019 for India. Arvind.
Fifth at the Asian Para Games in Indonesia, 2018. There's our field of 8. The men's F35 shot put. Not any easier for the shot putters in these conditions, especially if they're spinners rather than sliders. It's, if anything, this race getting worse. I had hopes that it would back off a bit. Katanasic. Oh, he's done a good job holding his footing. Certainly mindful of the surface he's spinning on, but is mastering it at the moment. Katanasic in second place, his third round effort of 55.06. It's best at the moment, but he's trailing by 5 metres Jeremy Campbell. Campbell followed the first round with a couple of fouls. Oh, that left foot slipping. What can you do?
He looks the least comfortable, doesn't he, out of all the throwers?
And yet he has the lead, courtesy of being able to get away a good one in that first round.
It's just hesitancy there when they go to throw. It's understandable. It's completely understandable in these conditions. Really slippery.
54.66. Probably, I think they're talking about it right now. What can you do? Well, it's the same for everybody. It's got to do your best.
Well, Switzerland will be up again in a moment, as will Canada. Switzerland will be in the T54 with Marcel Hoog, and Canada with Brent Lakatos. The world record holder in the men's 800 T53 will go very shortly.
Go back to the long jump, and Schouten of the Netherlands. Fleur, just 20 years of age. Oh, hit the board well. Comes in with a best of 4:32 to this competition. Yet to crack 4 meters today. I mean, if you had a choice, you wouldn't even train in these conditions, would you? But you've got to train for what you might expect. So I'm sure they have trained in the rain. But rain like this, not too often. Via Bagiela, 23-year-old from Madrid, third at the European Championships this year. So jumps in the 80s, 380s so far, and 399 as well. Can she get past the 4 meters? Eighth at the World Championships in 2019. And Desiree gets it to 4:02 with that attempt. And the track action in the rain.
More like a swimming pool. It's men's 800 at T53 final. Look at that surface water. Well, Brent Lakatos, the world record holder, goes in this one. The Paralympic record set in 2008, 13 years ago. If it goes in this, then whoever gets it has done very well indeed. So Lakatos, the world record holder and world champion, the reigning Paralympic champion, Pongsakorn Payo, who's won gold in the 100 and 400 already, also going in this one in lane 3. There is Lakatos. Silver in the 100 and 400 already. Just sneaking past and reversing. Brian Seaman in lane 8. Fourth in 2016, just missing out on a medal. Just missed out on a 400 here as well. Coming fourth in that. Kruger of Thailand will go in lane 7. Normally goes at the longer distances. He's picked up bronze over 1,500 and 5,000 here already. There is Brent Lakatos, silver in 2012, bronze in 16, and gold in the World Championships in 2019 in Dubai. He's taken silver over the 100 and 400 here already. Arce, 22 years of age, Paralympic Games debut for him. 3 ties going in this. 50 years of age, Pierre Fairbank took bronze way back in 2000. Gold already over 100 and 400. Payo of Thailand. He is the Paralympic champion. Then you've got Yang of China. Bronze at the Asian Games in 2018. And Gritsenko, who took silver at the European Championships earlier this year. Bronze in the 400 already. He's also competed in the 100 and 1,500. So a busy schedule indeed for most of these guys. Gritsenko in 1, Yang in 2, Payo in 3, Fairbank in 4, Arce in 5, Lakatos in 6, Krunget in 7, and Seaman goes in lane 8. So the noise stops, the athletes are ready, and they get away and all get away really well. Lakatos has already moved up on the inside of Pishek Grunget of Thailand. And working his way around in lane 3 is Pongsakorn Payo. He's flying out in front. Here's the man from Thailand. He's already picked up gold in the 100 and 400, and it's very important in a race like this, especially with the weather like this, that you try and get out in front, and that's exactly what he has done. And Brent Lakatos has just moved slightly to the outside. Many times they'll try and sit in the slipstream of the athlete, but in weather like this, with the water flicking up, sometimes it's a bit easier to do what Lakatos has done and just go around the outside and go for it. And he'll go down and take the belt, with Payo in second place as they go across the line, and there is 400 metres to go. And it's Brent Lakatos out in front. He's just eased up somewhat there just to let Pongsakorn Payo see what he'll do. And the Chinese athlete Yang tried getting through on the outside, and well, Pongsakorn Payo has put on the afterburners himself and gone round with around 200 metres to go. And it's Payo out in front and Brent Lakatos in second position, and it's become a race in 2 with 150 metres to go. Pongsakorn Payo in the number 3 helmet of Thailand. He's picked up 2 gold medals already. He's being chased by Brent Lakatos, the world record holder and world champion. But Lakatos is not going to catch Pongsakorn Payo, and he's going to pick up his 3rd gold of these championships and a new Paralympic record, which has stood since 2008. It goes to Pongsakorn Payo of Thailand. Seaman goes across and finishes, but there is the winner and his silver medalist on the right. Pongsakorn Payo of Thailand, the reigning Paralympic champion, has retained his title, and he's picked up a 3rd gold medal of Tokyo 2020. You see Lakatos shaking his head. He couldn't get there. He picks up a 3rd silver. So this is difficult conditions indeed. The rain, the water flicking up. But Pongsakorn Payo, he's won in the good weather here in Tokyo. He's won in the appalling weather as well. An all-round athlete. In 3rd position, Pierre Fairbank of France, at 50 years of age, has picked up another bronze medal, the same as he did in Sydney 2000, but it's Pongsakorn Payo with the gold and Lakatos of Canada with the silver. Look at those conditions. Surface water galore, and to get a Paralympic record in conditions like that that has stood since Beijing 2008 is quite incredible indeed. Thailand have got great pedigree in this race and in the T54s, and Pongsakorn Payo has picked up a Paralympic record, 136.07.
Yeah, they came around the first time in that tight single file. Reminded me of Formula One in the rain. It's only the guy in front who can see what he's doing. But then they spread out, and it was a little easier, but not easy to catch this man.
Well, Lakatos went wide early on, and he went round to the front, and I think he thought, I can't be sitting in the slipstream here because it's just too much water and there's too much surface water flicking around, and he'd be worried about someone going around the outside. So he tried it, but Pongsakorn Payo, with around 300 metres to go, just went back out to the front when there was some jostling there, and he picked up a new Paralympic record to boot.
A day when the slipstream is almost literally a stream.
Well, 24 years of age, a 3rd gold of these Paralympic Games for Thailand's Pongsakorn Payo, Paralympic record. Lakatos with a 3rd silver of the Games with him, and Pierre Fairbank with a bronze that he picked up back in 2000 as well. He's got another one in Tokyo.
Women's shot put F57, an event that was held in the earlier session today. An exciting one it was too. We had a late withdrawal of Mejmej of Algeria, one of the record holders. We still had a field of 19. And can you believe in these conditions we had another world record?
Accompanied by Executive Board Member of the Tokyo Organising Committee of the Olympic and Paralympic Games.
So collecting the bronze medal today, it'll be Ucharia Iyazi of Nigeria with a season best of 10 meters 40. She won the gold medal in discus in Rio. This is the shot put F57. In Beijing, she won both the shot put and discus, but has to settle for bronze today. Well done to the 47-year-old Iyazi.
Silver medalist, representing People's Republic of China.
Zhu Mian, 23 years old. And through 10.81, the second attempt, it's actually an area record for China and Zhu. Coming in, the world record was 11 meters 16, held by Maria de Los Angeles Ortiz Hernandez of Mexico. That was set in Dubai 3 years ago. Now, Zhu didn't really get close to that, but our winner went past it, Algeria's Sophia Jalal.
Gold medalist and Paralympic champion, representing Algeria. Sophia Jalal.
She's been around for a while in these throwing events. She won gold in Athens with the javelin 5 years ago in Rio, fourth in the shot put. But today, 11.29, so she's added 13 centimeters to the previous world record. And 40 centimeters to her own previous best.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of Algeria.
皆様、アルジェリア国歌の演奏です。
Ladies and gentlemen, the Paralympic medalists.
Oh, yes. You can see that they're tears even in the rain. Allowed to pull the mask down for a quick shot, and then the masks will go back up again. Well done to Sophia Jalal.
We're going live to the long jump line, where there are 2 jumps left.
Had to wait through the afternoon, anticipating this moment, having done the job this morning. Jeremy Campbell still leading, 60-22 with that opening throw. Oh, left foot slipping again. He's not enjoying that. You might ask, why is that smooth concrete surface like that? Well, in dry conditions, they need to be able to twist and slide. And so on days like this, it's not ideal, but on dry days, it's what they absolutely need.
The problem is if you have too much friction for those dry days, you'll end up twisting your knee so bad that you'll end up injuring yourself. So
absolutely.
That's why it's like this, and we don't often have, in fairness, conditions like this for these type of events.
And the athletes understand that, but and they just have to cope. But my goodness, it's a challenge, isn't it? And we've got a winner now through Jeremy Campbell, 60-22. And Great Britain's Dan Greaves in third, and Ivan Katanasic, the Croatian,
bad luck,
in second.
Here's a throwing up. You get 3 golds, brother.
David Blair giving him his congratulations. Confirmation for you. Actually, Campbell didn't bother with his last throw. Wasn't having a lot of fun out there. 60-22. He was lucky to get that one away first up. Katanasic the silver and Greaves the bronze. Men's discus F64.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for
The men's 100 metres T11 victory ceremony, the first final of the evening. And the Greeks are happy behind. What an athlete they have on their hands. ...21 years of age, Athanasios Gavalas.
Director of BP Castrol KK.
BP カストロール株式会社代表取締役副社長
Accompanied by
続きまして服部幸夫
Mayor of Taito City.
大東区長
So the dignitaries have been introduced.
People's Republic of China.
銅メダリスト中華人民共和国
Di Dongdong.
And Di Dongdong, who won gold in the long jump earlier in these Paralympic Games, is now added to that with a bronze in the T11 men's 100 metres. Took up the sport in 2013, made his debut in 2015 in Doha in Qatar. It was much warmer than this in Doha, I can tell you. He's multi-talented. He can deal with the conditions and he can deal with the bronze medal as well. For China's Di Dongdong.
Silver medalist representing France.
銀メダリストフランス
Timothy Adolphe.
Timothy Adolphe
Bruno Napri.
hasn't always had the greatest of luck when it comes to major championships. He won silver in 2019 at the Worlds. He won silver earlier this year in Poland in the Europeans. 8 times he's been disqualified in major championships. He was disqualified here in the 400 metres, but he takes a silver over 100. Inspired by Sydney 2000 to take up the sport. He's a Paralympic medal holder.
representing Greece.
And Athanasios Gavalas,
及びパラリンピックチャンピオンギリシャ
Vanessa Lowe.
European champion in 2018 and 2021. He broke the world record in the heat. He then broke the world record again in the final. David Brown, the reigning champion, failed to qualify from the semi-finals, and the reason being that young man there. Wonderful scenes. Turns 22 later this year, 6 days before Christmas. It's come early. So Di Dong Dong picks up the bronze after he was promoted, after Chikongo was relegated and disqualified. Adolphe with the silver, and Greece's Gavalas with the gold.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Well, it's wonderful to see both guide and athlete, both in tears, realising a dream. Quite incredible. To break the world record once is magnificent, but to do it twice in the same event is quite something.
Karaganis, the guide, has done well to stick with him, hasn't he? He's got to be able to run as fast as his athlete wants to and can, and he did it superbly.
And you'll find a lot of the time that's the reason how disqualifications happen, is because the guide has those type of issues. No issues there though.
Women's long jump. Getting to the sharp end, and Kratter of Switzerland trying to secure a medal here. She was briefly in the lead at the start. Oh, that's a good jump from her. It's fair. She's had a couple of PBs in recent rounds, and it looks like she's going to finish with the bronze medal. It's quite a gap between her and Tozawa of Japan. So what a session it's turning out to be for Switzerland. And 5:01, yet another PB. 4:71, 4:81, then 5:01. Little pocket of Australians there, and I love the little umbrella. Anxious to see if Vanessa Lowe can secure a gold medal for them in the long jump. Set a world record of 5:16 in the second round, did Lowe.
Women's 100 metres T12 victory ceremony. And a very familiar name in the women's T12 category, picking up the gold in this one. Cuba's Amara Durand, the Queen of Speed, as she's known.
will be presented by
メダルの贈呈は平川正則
Director of BP Castrol KK,
BP カストロール株式会社代表取締役副社長
accompanied by
続きまして服部幸夫
Mayor of Taito City,
台東区長
bronze medalist representing People's Republic of China,
銅メダリスト中華人民共和国
20 years of age, Liang Yanfen. Her Paralympic Games debut. She still has the women's 200 metres to come. But in the 100 metres, she's picked up a bronze medal from Guangdong province in China. She just started trying different sports when she was in 4th grade at primary school. And this was what stuck. Wonderful medals, lovely indentations and braille on them as well for the visually impaired category, which is most important. And they've got that great Japanese design as well.
representing Ukraine,
銀メダリストウクライナ
Oksana Botachuk and her guide Mikita Barbanov.
Oksana Botachuk took silver in the 400 metres. She won this event in 2008. She took bronze in 2012. She was the European champion in 2014. And she also won gold in the Worlds in 2006. She knows about winning, and she knows about picking up medals. From Invasport in Dnipro, where she runs out of. She studied psychology at Dnipro National University in Ukraine. And she's a silver medalist again in the women's 100 metres T12.
Gold medalist and Paralympic champion representing Cuba,
金メダリストおよびパラリンピックチャンピオンキューバ
Omara Durand Elias and her guide Uniol Kindelen Vargas.
So Amara Duran picks up the gold medal, her 7th in the Paralympic Games in total. It's 3 in a row in the 100 metres, adding to the 400 she's already collected here. So a 3rd gold medal of these games for Cuba. 2 of them coming through this lady here, along with Sol Cervantes in the men's long jump T47,
Of Cuba.
皆様
the national anthem of Cuba.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Paralympic medalists.
皆様パラリンピックメダリストです
So bronze for China, silver for Ukraine, and gold for Cuba.
So action at the long jump pit. Caironi has been sitting in second position for a little while, doesn't want to slip up, and would certainly like to improve, see if she can challenge Vanessa Lowe. Caironi, second behind Lowe in Rio. Hits the board just. It's a very colourful top half to that prosthetic leg, isn't it? Had some artwork done there. And 5.14. Well, that makes her just 2 centimetres, 6 centimetres behind Lowe. 2 centimetres, correction. And here she goes, the Australian bounding down the runway. Oh, hits the board well. She's trying to see off the threat from Caironi in the best way possible. Jump longer. In the second round, set a new world record of 5.16, did Lowe. Caironi's responded with 5.14, and it's absolutely on. But Lowe might have found some extra centimetres here. She has 5.20. Let's move that world record out a little bit further. Make it tougher for her rival Caironi. Tozawa Tomomi sitting in fourth. She's got to find a really big jump for her to get near third. Well back from the board, unfortunately. She had terrific height. Fouled with her fourth and fifth attempts. Just wasted a few centimetres in the takeoff, didn't she? But tremendous effort from Tozawa. It's been a bit of a struggle for her. She's had 4 fouls there, but a 4.39 to finish. And fourth place.
Men's 800 metres T54 final. Haven't we seen some brilliant wheelchair racing this evening? Daniel Romanchuk, the world champion and world record holder. Earlier today, he broke a 17-year-old Paralympic record. And the man who's the Paralympic champion goes in this as well, Marcel Hoog. Looking for a 5th Paralympic Games gold. He has 2 already at these championships. Zhang Yong, who took gold in the Asian Para Games and bronze in 2019 in Dubai, will go from lane 8 for China. 2 Chinese athletes going in this one. There are 3 from Thailand. Sachin Kongen, bronze in 2012, silver in 2016. Can he go one better? Daniel Romanchuk is the world champion. Goes in lane 6. He's taken gold over the 400 already. Marcel Hoog, who's picked up a couple of gold medals already. He's looking for another one, the Paralympic champion. Pramod Waharam, silver over 1,500 metres. Bronze in 2008 in Beijing in this one. And gold back in 2002 in the Worlds. The third of the Thais, Putharet Konkrak, bronze in the 1,500 and 5,000 already. Bronze medalist at the Asian Para Games in 2018. Da Yun Kwang took up the sport after watching Beijing 2008. Has a bronze in the 400 already here, looking for more now. And France's Julien Cassely silver medalist at the recent European Championships in Bydgoszcz in Poland. Goes in lane 1. So they are away on the men's 800 metres. The first 100 so important before the crossover point because everyone wants to get to the front, especially in conditions such as this, because it is bucketing down rain and you don't really want the water and the surface coming back into your face as they cross over now. And in helmet number 7 is Saichen Kongen, who's just popped out to the front, and Marcel Hoog's come up alongside him. So just 2 laps of this wonderful Tokyo National Stadium to determine who is going to be the men's 800 metres T54 Paralympic champion. It's Marcel Hoog who's out in front at the moment. On the inside, just behind him, of Thailand, Saichen Kongen. And Marcel Hoog just stretching out in front. He knows exactly what he has to do if he wants to take victory in this race. Looking for a 3rd gold at these Paralympic Games. He's always strong out in front. He always knows what he wants to do. And he's being tailed, though, by Kongen and Zhang Yong of China in 2nd and 3rd, respectively. Marcel Hoog out in front as they come round with 200 metres to go. They will be absolutely flying when they come round the last 100 metres. That's Marcel Hoog. He's very hard to stop from this position. It's going to take a fair bit of work from Saichen Kongen and also Zhang Yong down the outside, but it's going to be Marcel Hoog who's going to make it a 3rd Paralympic gold of these championships. 1:33.68. Kongen goes across in 2nd. Very tight indeed with Zhang Yong. 1:33.68. It's actually Dai who's picked it up. The Swiss are celebrating, but it was a crowded finish. Saichen Kongen's finished in 3rd. He was nailed on for 2nd. Dai's come from nowhere with a season best and picked up the silver. Romanchek in 4th position. Zhang fell away. That man there in the number 2 helmet, Dai, has picked up a silver medal to add to his bronze. A season best. Incredible.
Hoog's turning into one of the athletes of the Games, isn't he? There isn't a race scenario he hasn't mastered. There's not a type of race he can't conduct. It gets impossible to beat because he's so quick and so clever. He's got it all going on.
Well, he just went to the front early on and he just knows how to control. He knows and looks for people coming over his shoulder. No one came. And what a finish in the end. Saichen Kongen was up there with Hoog the whole way around. He got pipped, had to take a bronze. Daniel Romanchik set the Paralympic record earlier. Didn't even get into the medal. Such was the class of this race. Marcel Hoog having a look up at the screen. And Hoog is a champion again. 1,500, 5,000, and now 800 metre Paralympic champion.
That chair looks fast just sitting still, doesn't it? That's a piece of engineering right there.
Well, he actually helped design that chair. Marcel Hoog, he lives in Knotville, where there's plenty of parasport that goes on. Grand Prix events there. And he makes sure he knows exactly what he's going to be competing in. It's a wonderful looking chair, all right. It's a wonderful athlete who rides it. Marcel Hoog of Switzerland. 35 years of age. Picks up his 5th Paralympic gold medal. 2004 he started. Didn't get his first gold till 2016. He picked up a couple there. He's already got 3 here. Hoog takes the gold, Dai with the silver for China, and Saichen Kongen ran out of it at the end, picks up the bronze. Women's 400 metres T53 victory ceremony. And the wheelchair racing this evening has been absolutely exquisite. Two visually impaired categories preceded this one. And it was the Swiss in this as well. They're having a wow of a night.
Mayor of Shinjuku City. Accompanied by Chairperson of Shinjuku City Council. Bronze medalist representing People's Republic of China.
So China still remained at the top of the medal table. Zhu Hongzhuan took silver in the 100 and 800. She's now got a bronze in the 400.
Silver medalist representing Great Britain.
Samantha Kinghorn of Great Britain. Bronze in the 100 metres for her. Silver now in the 400. She was a bronze medalist at the Worlds back in London in 2017. She won European gold in 2014. She's medalled again at the Paralympics in Tokyo. So from 25-year-old Samantha Kinghorn to 26-year-old Catherine de Bruyne. Bronze for her in the 800 metres. She now has a gold in the 400 metres. European and world champion, and now Paralympic champion. Showing off those wonderful medals, and So Mighty, the mascot, along with the flower bouquet. It's been a big past few minutes for Switzerland, as everyone now awaits the Swiss national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Paralympic medalists.
So the bells are ringing. Switzerland reigns supreme. Catherine de Bruyne is the women's 400 metres T53 Paralympic champion in the wheelchair category.
It's still three continents represented in the leading three throwers in the men's shot put F35.
Women's long jump. Got quite a competition going on here between Vanessa Lowe, Martina Caironi and Elena Krata. Krata on the runway. Krata trying to put a lock on at least bronze medal here. She looks to be well clear of Tozawa of Japan, and it should be hers. And a 4:71 to finish, and a personal best of 5:01. Now, Caironi has been taking it up to Vanessa Lowe. What can she do here? Oh, she's a bit short of the board. There's not going to be a longer result for her out of that one. She's both happy and disappointed. Disappointed she couldn't go further. Happy she's going to medal again. And Caironi, who finished behind Lowe 5 years ago, when Lowe was representing Germany. And a 4:72 for her last. 5:14. It's a great jump from her, just short of her PB.
Women's 400 meters T54 victory ceremony. And guess what? Switzerland have won another one. It may be raining. It's raining gold medals for Switzerland as well. Such a dominant force in T53 and T54 wheelchair categories.
The medals will be presented by Chairperson of Shinjuku City Council, accompanied by Mayor of Shinjuku City, bronze medalist representing People's Republic of China, Zhu Xiaopian.
So China pick up another bronze medal, lifetime best of 54.10 seconds for the 23-year-old Zhu Xiaopian. That adds to her gold in the 100 and 1500 meters. While Cherry Madsen, 44 years of age, been representing the United States since Atlanta 1996. Bronze in the 100 meters, now silver in the 400 meters.
Gold medalist and Paralympic champion representing Switzerland.
But the Swiss bells will be ringing again. Manuela Scher takes the gold. Her second. after picking up the 800 metres as well. And 6 medals now of gold colour to Switzerland, and all of them in the T54 or T53 category. Manuela Scher has 2.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Catherine de Bruyne has 1. And Marcel Hoog has 3.
スイス国歌の演奏です。
ladies and gentlemen, the Paralympic.
So a second gold for Manuela Scher of Switzerland. Silver to the United States and China with a bronze medal in the women's 400 metres T54.
Now, Vanessa Lowe is sitting in the lead. One jump to go. Already jumped 5:20. Improved the world record twice. What about a third time, just for fun? Oh, she's hit the board very well. A little pocket of Australian supporters urging her on to perhaps even further. Well, that's the smile of a winner. And it's going to be back-to-back Paralympic gold for Vanessa Lowe. Originally from Germany, married Australian Scott Reardon. And she's done it easily, impressively, in terrible conditions. And they couldn't be happier for her. She lives and trains in Canberra. And Kratter, the bronze, and Martina Caironi there, the silver medal.
See you in 100 meters.
See you in the 100 metres. All right, look forward to it. So Vanessa Lowe with a new world record of 5:28 from Martina Caironi and Elena Kratter of Italy and Switzerland, respectively. Result for you in the women's long jump T63. Men's javelin F13. It's just been held back a little bit. We're just getting underway now. Hector Cabrera Iasa holds the world record of 64.89. He'll be competing today. Rain is actually just backing off a little, which is kind of it. A field of 7 to take part. Aguilera Cruz is a PE teacher out of Cuba. Best of 59.12 for this javelin event. Daniel Pembroke won the European Championships this year. He's also thrown in non-disabled sport.
5-3 on Paralympic debut for Romania.
Good to see an athlete from Romania involved. Haven't had a lot of them. Octavian Tucheliuc.
4-4, the European bronze medalist for Azerbaijan.
Orkan Gazimov. Best of 59.50. Should be a contender in this one.
5, the European silver medalist for Poland.
Poland having quite a strong track and field program. Marek Witecki will be trying to add to that. Won the European Championships 3 years ago.
4-6, the F12 world record holder for Spain.
2016パラリンピック5位スペイン代表
Hector Cabrera-Lessa.
7th in the shot put here. Already tasted competition. Ready to do something special in the javelin. And Ali Perouge, Islamic Republic of Iran, with a 55.93 stated career best. Not far away though from another track event, and heat 1, round 1.
The women's 100 metres T64. Two categories in this. Irmgard Ben Suzanne also going in it. The T62 to 64 for those with a lower limb prosthesis. Irmgard Ben Suzanne. Gold in 2019. She's won silver here already in the 200 metres. Takakura Saki of Japan. 8th in 2016. Sophie Kamlish of Great Britain there in lane 4, who's 4th in 2016. Diaz Colin, 17 years of age, from Puerto Rico. Marlene van Ganzenwinkel. Paralympic record, winning gold in the 200 metres. Andres Barrio, 35 years of age, from Spain. And Sydney Barter, her first Paralympic Games, 17 years of age, was 4th in the 200 metres. So the T44 category, which Irmgard Ben Suzanne is in. Those competing without a prosthesis on the lower leg. T61 to 64. Lower limbs competing with a prosthesis. So a mix in this of 62s, 64s, and T44s as well. A few celebrations going on in the background, so we'll just wait for a moment or two. 2 heats in this. First 3 will go through. Next 2 fastest will advance to the final. Well, Irmgard Ben Suzanne's put her hand up. I think there's a little bit too much noise for her at the moment. Quite within her rights to do it. So the green card is given. So they set again. Ben Suzanne will go in 2. Takakura in 3. Kamlish in 4. Diaz Colin in 5. Van Ganzenwinkel in 6. Andres Barrio in 7. And Barter in lane 8. get away fine. The first three will go through, and Sophia Jalal has got away to a very good start. Irmgard Ben-Suzanne down the inside, along with Van Ganzenwinkel in the middle, in the orange and blue trousers. Van Ganzenwinkel goes through first. Ben-Suzanne takes second. I think Sophia Jalal has taken the third qualifying position. We'll just wait for confirmation of that. Definitely Marlene Van Ganzenwinkel, though, who won gold over the 200 metres, has gone through, and it's a Paralympic record time, 12:82 from Marlene Van Ganzenwinkel. 13:01 for Irmgard Ben-Suzanne, and it is Sophia Jalal who's gone through in third. Well, Van Ganzenwinkel's got a fair bit left in the tank. Paralympic record in the heat, just almost easing up slightly towards the end. Ben-Suzanne had a good race down the inside, and Kamlish looks strong as well. Just having a look over Van Ganzenwinkel as she goes past. Knows where the clock is. And a Paralympic record. Set straight away. So the mask on, the interviews to be done. Victory for Marlene Van Ganzenwinkel in the first of two heats in the women's 100 metres T64 category. Paralympic record for Van Ganzenwinkel. Ben-Suzanne qualifies in second, and Sophie Jalal of Great Britain takes the third position.
Men's shot put F35. Field of 8 taking part here. And Javan Mardi. Out around at 15 metres. Spinning comfortably despite the wet weather. The rain is still falling, I can tell you. Edgarsbergs of Latvia. Steps across the ring and puts it out past 14. Just our officials straight onto that one. That's the man with a fabulous beard. .1470 his best through 4 rounds, and that's a personal best at 1470. Well done to Bergs. As we go back to 100 track.
Second heat in the women's 100 metres T64. The opener saw Marlene Van Ganzenwinkel break the Paralympic record that was held by Sophie Jalal of Great Britain. That was set in Rio in 2016. Maria Tietze in lane 2. Kimberly Alcomeda, who took bronze in 2019 at the Worlds, will go in lane 3. Bronze here in the 200 metres as well. Hyam Beku, the 29-year-old from Boston, in lane 4. Papa Constantinu of Canada in 5. Anna Stephen of New Zealand goes in 6. Beatrice Hatz in 7. And Fleur Young, European champion, won gold here in the long jump, will go from lane 8. Young is a T62, and she holds the world record in that category that was set in the Europeans in Bydgoszcz on the 3rd of June this year. So the Netherlands Germany, the USA, Canada, and New Zealand represented. Tietze in 2, Alchemida in 3, Iambeku in 4, Papakonstantinou in 5, Stephen in 6, Hatz in 7, and Yong in lane 8. Well, someone's gone and her hands have gone to her face. I think it might be the New Zealander, Anna Stephen. Her hands have gone up to the face. I think she realises it may be her. She goes from a standing start and she's just slightly moved. Well, that's hard to tell because also on the inside, Kimberly Alchemida looked like she made a slight movement. But Anna Stephen, 21 years old from Auckland. She's gone in the 200 metres already. She believes her fate is sealed. The hands went up straight away. You have to feel for it. She knew it, and she's been given the red card. So unfortunately for Anna Stephen, she's been disqualified. She made the first movement. She goes from a standing position. And it was marginal. But the rules are there. So lane 6 is now vacant. Tietze in 2, Alchemida in 3, Iambeku in 4, Papakonstantinou in 5, Hatz in 7, and Yong in lane 8. This time they're away and looking good already. On the inside is Alchemida. She's being caught in the middle, though, by Papakonstantinou of Canada, but it's Alchemida who's going to take it. Papakonstantinou in second, and it is Beatrice Hatz of the USA who takes third position. So just the top 3 that will automatically go through, and then after that, we'll be looking at who's finished where as far as qualification goes. Lifetime best for the Canadian, or season best, I should say, in second position. 13.06 for Alchemida takes it. 13.26 for Beatrice Hatz. So they're the 3 that go through. The mark to beat was 13.43 going into this. And it appeared reasonably quick. Certainly no Paralympic records in this one. Alchemida takes it. Fleur Yong in 4th position. Should squeak through as one of the fastest losers. She was right up on the coattails of Beatrice Hatz. But Alchemida got off to a very good start and just held her form throughout. Did what she needed to do. So there's confirmation that Fleur Yong has gone through in 13.34. So she'll have a chance to pick up another medal to add to that gold she took in the long jump. So the wash-up for the final is that Yong and Andras Barrier have gone through as the fastest losers. Van Gansewinkel with a Paralympic record. Men's 800 metres T53. we saw some quite magnificent wheelchair action in this evening session in the finals. 6 finals we had.
The medals will be presented by
メダルの贈呈は
Etienne Terroir, Chief Executive Officer of Paris 2024.
パリ2024組織委員会事務総長
Accompanied by
続きまして
Pierre Ramadan, Deputy Mayor of Paris in charge of sports, Olympic and Paralympic Games.
パリ市副市長スポーツ担当官
So Paris represented, where the next Olympic and Paralympic Games will be held in 2024, just 3 years away.
フランス
Pierre Fairbank,
Pierre Fairbank of France. ...50 years of age. He was 5th in the 100 metres, missing out in the medal. He took bronze in 2000. Gold in 2002 in the World Championships, bronze in 2013 and 2015 in the Worlds as well. It's been a while between bronze medals, 21 years, but he's claimed another from Noumea, Pierre Fairbank.
silver medalist representing Canada,
銀メダリストカナダ
Brent Lagatos.
The world record holder and world champion Brent Lagatos settles for silver. His 3rd silver of the games so far for the Canadian.
Gold medalist and Paralympic champion representing Thailand,
金メダリストおよびパラリンピックチャンピオンタイ
Pongsekon Payo.
With a Paralympic record for Pongsekon Payo of Thailand. His 3rd gold medal. The 100, the 400 and the 800 for Pongsekon Payo. 24 years of age, a triple Paralympic champion at Tokyo 2020.
皆様
As we pause for the national anthem of Thailand.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Paralympic medalists.
皆様パラリンピックメダリストです
Pongsekon Payo with a 3rd gold medal. Brent Lagatos with a 4th silver medal. 100, 400, 800 and 5,000. He's got the 1,500 and the marathon to go. That man there celebrates.
Live pictures of the gym.
Men's shot put F35. Here's Ura of Argentina. certainly in contention. Norbekov of Uzbekistan's having a good competition. Whoa, there's that slippery surface again playing its part. He's all right. But, it's so tough. The rain, I think it's just about time to send out the snorkels. It's really difficult conditions, especially in an F35 class where movement is impaired in any event. Look at that rain coming down. He's got a best of 15.53, and Ura is closing in on a silver medal here. Norbekov, world record holder, 17.32. Hardly the conditions, are they, for breaking world records? And yet it can be done and has been done. Out towards 16 metres. He's had a 15.67, his third. Jams that left foot against the board. And a 15.80. He's well in control of this. Or at least appears to be. Ura, can he find another 40 centimetres? He'll try and find something. This is his last effort. Has a PB of 15.87. He needs all of that. Well, it's nearly 16 metres. He's trying to make it interesting. Really dances across the ring and keeps his footing in testing circumstances, as we keep saying, because it keeps appearing on our screens that it's a challenge. And 15.90, there's a PB for Ura by 3 centimetres.
As we head back to the track, the women's 400 metres, T13, the least of the visual impairment categories. 3 heats to go in this. The final track event of the evening. Once we get through those 3 heats. Antonine Keita, the Paralympic champion and 2 times former world champion, goes in this heat. World champion Rayon Suarez de Silva goes in the second. Peace Oroma, whose idol is Amara Duran, who holds the Paralympic record in this category, from Uganda, goes in lane 7. Banda of Malawi in 5. Maria Ulianenko, who was 4th in the European Championships, will go in lane 4. And Erin Kirchhoff of the United States, the 20-year-old from Minnesota, her Paralympic Games debut, goes in lane 3. So Adzimatova not being there means that lane 6 will be unoccupied. First 2 go through as they're asked to stand up. Not exactly what they'll want in these conditions, but best to make sure that everyone's happy before they reset and go again. So a green card shown No damage done, except for everyone's a little bit wetter. Cater in lane 8. Paralympic champion. And Maria Ulianenko set to go. And this time they're away. So the first two go through, and the next two fastest will advance across the 3 heats to the final. And Antonine Keita has got out very well in front. She's looking very strong, and pushing through on the inside already is the American Erin Kirchhoff, who was in the 100 meters event here already. And Ulianenko as well of the RPC, just a little bit further ahead of the American in 3rd position. Pisaroma of Uganda is looking very strong, but the last 100 may well test her as the RPC athlete, and the American come round the bend. It is France who are out in front through Antonine Keita, the Paralympic champion. She was twice a European champion as well. She's tightening up a little bit out in front, but she's looking strong to go through in 1st place. The American Kirchhoff on the inside is going to take 2nd, and Ulianenko picks up 3rd, with Aroma coming home in 4th position from Uganda. 57.40 the time is rounded down to, as Banda of Malawi heads across the line for the race to finish. But that lady there went out from the furthest lane in lane 8. Can be difficult to judge from there. 57.40 the time. Season best for the Frenchwoman. Kirchhoff at a time of 58.30 for the 20-year-old. And Ulianenko, lifetime best for her, 58.56. So the least of the visually impaired categories. Well, the reigning champion looked under a bit of duress. Don't want to use up too much from the tank in qualifying through to the final. Eyes are closed, feeling the burn, but takes the win.
Men's shot put, F35. Norbakov, 1580. Well, he's 5th, trying to get some purchase on this surface in the ring. And that's out past 16 meters for the first time in the competition. And that was just what was required for Norbakov. He'd just been passed by Ura with a 1590, so he had to find 11 centimeters. Well, he found plenty. He's gone from 1580 to 1613. And that's competition. Ura, philosophical about it, accepts it with grace. It's all a bit much sometimes, especially when you've got to rely on your very last throw. Bergs offers him his congratulations. The Latvian finishing in 5th position, and it was Fu Xinhan of China who'll get the bronze. But what a finish between Uzbekistan and Argentina in this one. Not for the first time, a final throw decides the event. 16-13. And there's our bronze medalist, Fu Xinhan, with a best of 15:41. And a genuine congratulations offered by the silver medalist there, Ura. They've got to be careful not to knock themselves out there on the white awning that's offered them some protection from this rain. Novikov, 16.13, a PB, a big one for Ura. Gave himself a chance, 15.90. Fu Shinhan, 15.41. By 1 centimetre, holds off Javan Mardi.
Back to the track we go for the second heat in the women's 400 metres T13. World champion Rayan Suarez de Silva goes in this one in lane 4. Six to go. And 2 to go through for sure. Talbot in lane 8. Step Calvo in 7. Governo, she took bronze in 2016, the first Mozambique athlete in any sport to win a Paralympic medal. Monica Munga from Zambia, 22 years of age. And Suarez de Silva, the world champion from 2019 in Dubai, goes in lane 4. And Ulia Ivaniskaya, 22 years of age, goes in lane 3. Took 4th in the 100 metres. So 6 to go. 2 guaranteed a spot in the final. As the rain continues to beat down here at the Tokyo International Stadium. Doesn't faze them though. They'll run in any type of weather, all these athletes. And it's Munga who's got away really quick. She's already out in front. The lady from Mozambique is Governo. She's absolutely flying. On the inside, it's Suarez de Silva back in about 3rd place, but Ivaniskaya also doing well. But as they head around, it's pretty set. They're pretty stood out, spaced out, and it's going to be a guaranteed 2 that are going to go through here. It's going to be Governo of Mozambique, and on the inside in lane 3, Ivaniskaya. So the world champion Suarez de Silva is in a bit of trouble, depending on other results. New area record of 55.50 for Governo, a lifetime best for Ivaniskaya, and 59.54 for Rayan Suarez de Silva. So a lifetime best for Governo, an area record. And fairly easy stuff from those 2 out in front. I say easy, with the rain coming down and the conditions like they are. It's not exactly easy regardless. In the 400, one of the toughest events going. Bronze in 2016. 57.08 was a lifetime best coming into this. She's taken a second and a half off it.
Women's shot put F33 has been underway for a long time now, and we're nudging towards a finish. Cornobus with a world record of 7.81. field of 9. Here's Bujaja of Algeria. Towards the bottom of the field, so she's one who's had to wait in these trying conditions. Not sitting in the rain, obviously. They offered them some shelter. Bujaja with a PB of 6:36. But she's well past that. And the assistants in to offer some shelter. 7:10 in the opening round, and then another 7:10. Men's javelin also underway. 7 in this one. And the Cuban Aguilera Cruz. Bang on 60 meters. Carrera Lesa of Spain. Hector holds the world record in the F12 category. Already 7th in the shot put. But this is his pet event. Oh. If there were marks for yelling, I think we put him up in the medals. He's got some fierce competition today, though. Ali Perouge of Iran and Daniel Pembroke of Great Britain also throwing well. 61-13 first up for Cabrera Lesa. So who's it going to be today? Here's Perouge. He's fairly new to the sport. Very few results to get a gauge on his ability. The indications are he knows what this is about. And a 60-metre throw first up, and straight away a personal best for him. The very edge of the track there, they're actually not in the rain. Now Pembroke, 59-12 straight up. Oops, he's all right. Oh, 64. Perhaps out towards that area. And Pembroke won the 21 European Championships this year with 66.75. And that became his new personal best. 63.65. He looks likely. Looks in the mood.
Well, here's the last race in the women's 400 metres T13. Edmilsa Gaverna of Mozambique with a new African record. Ineskaya in second position. And in real trouble, the world champion Suarez da Silva of Brazil, 3 seconds further back. Unlikely she'll qualify. This the opening heat with Antonine Keita in that one. The Paralympic champion. She went through 57.40, and Kirchhoff of the United States. Paralympic Games debut for her, 58.30, through in second position. So this is the final heat in the women's 400 metres T13, the least of the visual impairment category. European champion Adriatu Iglesias Fornero goes in this. She's already won gold over 100 metres. Kim Crosby, who was 4th in Rio and took bronze in the 100 metres at this championships, also goes as well. Majaga goes in 7 of Botswana. Valieva, silver in the 100, goes in lane 6 from Azerbaijan. Kim Crosby of the US in 5. Iglesias Fornero, European champion, will go in lane 4. And Sasaki Mani of Japan will go in lane 3 from Fukushima. This course was devastated in 2011 by that tsunami. She said training inside helped her form improve. So 2 to go through. The cut-off time at the moment is 59.09 for the fastest qualifiers who miss out on the top 2. Sasaki in 3, Iglesias Fornero in 4, Crosby in 5, Valieva in 6, Majaga in 7. And away they go in the final heat of the women's 400 metres T13 at the Tokyo National Stadium. And getting away well is Valieva out in lane 6. She's rocketed past Majaga already. Crosby's now been overtaken by Iglesias Fornero, who's already won gold here over 100 metres. So we're halfway through the final heat in the women's 400 metres T13, least of the visual impairment category. And out in front at the moment, it's Valieva of Azerbaijan, and Iglesias Fornero, the European champion, is just coming up on the inside. Those two looking really strong at the moment. They've got plenty of space between them and the remainder of the field. It's Iglesias Fornero and Valieva. Iglesias Fornero, the Spaniard, is just going to take it. Well, I say just, there was a dip at the end from Valieva, so that might even be a photo. Either way, both are going through. 55.70 the time. It's been given to Iglesias Fornero. She's also equalled the European record of 55.70. Valieva coming in second, a lifetime best for her, just 1/100th of a second behind Iglesias Fornero. So a lifetime best and area record for Iglesias Fornero. Valieva just coming back strongly at the end. Bit of a dip on the line from both of them, but doesn't really matter because they both go through. Crosby in 3rd. And Sasaki of Japan in 4th. So relatively fast heat, this one. And what that means is that Crosby and Sasaki Mana of the host nation Japan also qualify through from that heat. Well, what that means, the big story is, Keita, the Paralympic champion, goes through, but the world champion, Ryan Suarez da Silva of Brazil, misses out.
Men's javelin. Rain still coming down, conditions still tough. Ali Perouge, a man with almost no form that's known, but with a big throw. He's past 60 metres again. He's 23. Just an emerging thrower. Seems to know what it's about. And a 60.47. A little bit of improvement there. Pembroke. Had a 7-year break after 2012, did Daniel Pembroke. Came back much refreshed and focused. Yeah, baby. That's a 69 metres. That's huge. Catch me if you can now, says Pembroke. A 69.52. Paralympic record, formerly held by Alexander Svenchikov of Uzbekistan. Aguilera Cruz. He's been putting out there 58.59 metres. And again. Fourth at the 2019 World Championships with a 58.91. Come in with a PB of 59.12. And that's a new PB for him. 59.89. Well done, that man. And well done, those spectators who've hung around to be with us to the end of this session. They're doing their best to finish it on time. I'm not sure that they quite will. We've had one of the victory ceremonies delayed. Javelin F64. Not quite sure why that was. Due to finish tonight about 10 o'clock local time. 1:45 it is. But we've still got events underway and some medal presentations to get through. Switzerland, oh, what a day they've had. Just picking up gold medals as easy as you please.
So the victory ceremony for the men's 800 metres T54 final. The cowbell's ringing already.
The medals will be presented by Governing Board Member of the International Paralympic Committee. Accompanied by Managing Director of Ottobock, Japan. Bronze medalist representing Thailand.
Saicheng Honjen picks up a bronze medal for Thailand. That's their 7th bronze medal to go with 4 silvers and 4 golds. He took bronze in London 2012 as well. Did the 38-year-old. He now picks up bronze in Tokyo 2020. Such a strong country for wheelchair racing, Thailand. Great pedigree.
Silver medalist representing People's Republic of China.
China at the top of the medal table. 46 silvers now, to 44 bronzes and 77 golds. Da Yun Qing claimed bronze over the 400 metres. He now has a silver over 800. He'll be taking part in the men's marathon on Sunday, on the final day of these Paralympic Games. took up the sport after watching Beijing 2008. Inspiration from that. And I suspect he takes some inspiration from the man who's picking up the gold medal on shot now. Marcel Hoog, his third gold of these Paralympic Games. 3 events, 3 golds, and he'll defend his Paralympic title in the men's marathon T54 on the final day of these games on Sunday. ...2002 was the first time he competed at a major championship. Took him until 2016 to win a gold at the Paralympics. At the 4th attempt, after 04, 08, 12, and then 16, he picked up 2 then.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem.
He now has 5 altogether. As we await the national anthem, yet again, of Switzerland. So cheers all round for Switzerland. There's plenty of Swiss athletes and officials in attendance. Marcel Hoog with his 3rd gold of these Paralympic Games. Da Yun Queng picks up the silver, and Thailand through Saichen Konjen with the bronze.
Still raining, folks, but we're getting through the competition. Pembroke with a 69.52. It's a mighty throw. That one around 63.64. He's probably done enough, you know. That 69.52 new Paralympic record. Al Perouge, he looks useful, but I just don't see him getting out to near 70 metres as Daniel Pembroke has done. But here is Perouge, 63.41. He's been racking up the PBs, having come in with a 55.93 career best. There we go, out to 65 nearly. Well, that's tremendous throwing. And what a future for the 23-year-old from Iran. Do a push-up in the rain. And 64.30, yes, he'll finish in 2nd place. A fine thrower he is, and one of the future, that's for sure. And the present with a silver. Women's long jump victory ceremony now for the T63, which happened early in the session. So out come Elena Krata of Switzerland, Martina Caironi of Italy, and Vanessa Lowe of Australia. and the world record went tumbling, courtesy of Lowe.
The medals will be presented by Governing Board Member of the International Paralympic Committee,
国際パラリンピック委員会理事
accompanied by
続きまして渡辺義明
Managing Director of Otterbock Japan,
オットーボックジャパン株式会社代表取締役社長
bronze medalist representing Switzerland,
銅メダリストスイス
Elena Kratter, 25 years of age, from Bruyne in Switzerland. Started the competition very strongly with a 4.56 meter jump. And for a few minutes there, she was leading the competition. Second in the European Championships this year with a 4.30. But a 5.01 today and a personal best. Gee, they brought some good performances to these games, all the athletes. Personal bests, Paralympic records, area records, world records, continuing to be played out before us. Caironi from Bologna, same age as Vanessa Lowe, 31, and they've been great rivals over the years. Caironi won the 2017 World Championships. Lowe, those championships before and after in 15 and 19. Caironi finishing behind Lowe in Rio and couldn't quite get the better of her today. So a second silver medal, but she did win the 100 in Rio, so she has got a gold in the trophy cabinet.
gold medalist and Paralympic champion representing Australia,
金メダリストおよびパラリンピックチャンピオンオーストラリア
Vanessa Lowe.
A world record in the second round, in the 5th and the 6th. 5.28 meters, the best of it on the night for Vanessa Lowe. She's been talking about retirement. She's had a try at it before. It really looks like she's about to move on to other things. Would like to start a family. Her husband, Scott Reardon. And what a champion she's been. If this is it, congratulations to her. 6th in London, won Rio, and now has won in Tokyo. Representing both Germany and then Australia.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of Australia.
皆様オーストラリア国歌の演奏です
Well, you can imagine that Australian sport was very happy to welcome with open arms Vanessa Lowe once she decided to switch allegiances. Let's match that of her husband, Scott Reardon, himself a gold medalist from Rio. So it is an interesting story. But Martina Caironi, the silver, and Necrata, the bronze, Italy and Switzerland.
Let's bring you the final results of the women's shot put F53 final and celebrating
Men's javelin F13. A victory obviously for Pembroke. A massive PB of 69.52. And some congratulations offered around the main competitors there. Perouge finishing second. And Carrera Lesa, the bronze. That familiar camaraderie between the throwers. Pembroke, 69.52, a Paralympic record. A huge PB for Al Perouge of Iran, and Hector Carrera Lesa, a solid third placing, 61.13 to get the bronze.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the men's discus F64.
This is a victory ceremony that, had it gone to schedule, would have happened a fair while ago. I wasn't informed of the reason for the delay, but that's all right. It's about to happen now. Ended up being quite a small field of 5. Harrison Walsh of Great Britain was a late withdrawal. But these men could seriously throw. Jeremy Campbell in the centre there. Off to the right, Dan Greaves of Great Britain and Croatia's Ivan Katanasic.
Member of the International Paralympic Committee.
国際パラリンピック委員会理事
Accompanied by
続きまして
Pierre Rabelais, Deputy Mayor of Paris in charge of sport, Olympic and Paralympic Games.
パリ市副市長スポーツ担当官
Bronze medalist representing Great Britain,
銅メダリスト英国
Dan Greaves.
38-year-old Dan has a master's in exercise science. Working out of Loughborough, overcame a hip injury in 2018. Won in Athens back in 2004. Silver medals in London and Sydney, bronze in Rio and Beijing. Goodness, he's had a successful career. Can't emphasize enough how difficult the conditions were with the water in the throwing circle.
Silver medalist representing Croatia,
銀メダリストクロアチア
Ivan Katanusic.
Ivan Katanusic, third in the World Championships 2 years ago. He won the European Championships this year, was fifth in Rio, so a significant lift in standings for a man from Croatia, Zagreb in particular.
Gold medalist and Paralympic champion representing United States of America,
金メダリストおよびパラリンピックチャンピオンアメリカ合衆国
Jeremy Campbell.
He comes from Edmond, Oklahoma. It comes via gold medals in London and Beijing, 4th in Rio. And he was really struggling with the conditions today, slipping, losing confidence with being able to execute. But fortunately, a 60-22 with his very first throw set up the victory for him. He fouled with his second and third and didn't require his last throw. He's won it by over 7 meters. That was his superiority today. He wasn't having a lot of fun there, but he's got the reward in any case. Gold to the USA.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of United States of America.
皆様、アメリカ合衆国国歌の演奏です。
Ladies and gentlemen, the Paralympic...
Jeremy Campbell, Ivan Katunisic and Dan Greaves, USA, Croatia and Great Britain sharing the spoils of the F64 discus. They'll be all pleased to have emerged uninjured. Dangerous conditions, really. And they have to get used to it. And they would train in it, but when you're really trying, because the rewards are so great and so much desired, it's hard to pull back. Anyway, everyone's fine. That's the main thing. And we got a result. I'll sleep well. Tough day at the sports office. I got a little visitor on the field there. Good weather for ducks, as they say. I'm not sure what that is. I'm no ornithologist. Bird life in Japan's a bit different to what I'm used to. We recently saw the conclusion to this event, the men's F13 javelin. The least visually impaired in this category. There was some mighty throwing from David Pembroke, that's for sure, and the emergence of Ali Parouj of Iran. We'll see more of him. And a great effort too from Hector Cabrera Lesa.
Governing board member of the International Paralympic Committee.
国際パラリンピック委員会理事
Accompanied by
続きまして渡辺義明
Managing Director of Otterbock Japan.
オットーボックジャパン株式会社 代表取締役社長
Bronze medalist representing Spain,
銅メダリストスペイン
Hector Cabrera-Yassa.
Hector opened up with a 61.13, a season best. In fact, he couldn't better that. Often the way it goes, their best throw can be their first. He was 7th in the shot put here, so I'll be so pleased to be leaving with a medal, because he was also 5th in Rio, just missing out. 3 years ago, though, he won the European Championships. 2 years ago, 2nd in the Worlds.
Silver medalist representing Islamic Republic of Iran.
銀メダリストイランイスラム共和国
Ali Birouj.
Well, he's a big lad, he's a strong lad, and I think this event could really be his in the future. He came in with a nominated PB of 55.93, and he ended up with a best of 64.30, so nearly 9 meters better. What's that, about a 15% improvement on his PB? Well, this is the theatre to do it in, because everyone has been performing so well. There's something about this stadium. It invites those kind of improvements.
Medalist and Paralympic champion representing Great Britain.
金メダリストおよびパラリンピックチャンピオン英国
Daniel Pembroke.
After 2012, he just wanted to get away from the sport and everything. He did that, went travelling, had a big think about it, stayed away from it, and he's got it. A 7-year break did the trick, and a 69.52 victorious throw from him. His previous best had been 66.75.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of Great Britain.
皆様英国国歌の演奏です
Ladies and gentlemen, the Paralympic medalists.
皆様パラリンピックメダリスト
Well, we're coming up about 10 past 10 in the evening in Tokyo. It might be a while before these boys can get to sleep. An exciting competition for them, and particularly for Daniel Pembroke. It was quite a journey to get himself to this point, and he'll be one happy man, and a cup of tea and a glass of sake perhaps with some friends tonight. Silver to Iran and bronze to Spain. Will come as no great surprise to you that it is still raining. They're actually standing in the shelter there because the roof of the stadium extends that far out towards the edge of the track. But it's still raining pretty heavily in the middle. And failing some surprise I don't know about. That's the end of the action for this session. Hope you've enjoyed it. A lot of great theatre out there. The rain, the extra ingredient, I suppose. The women's long jump T63 happened early in the session, and Vanessa Lowe would prove too good in this one. A Rio gold medalist would stand up once more. The early challenge came from Elena Kratta of Switzerland. Kratta came up with 3 personal bests on the day, and the best of them are 5:01. She had a great competition to finish third. Martina Caironi from Bologna in Italy took it up to Vanessa Lowe also, and a 5:14. But Vanessa Lowe, a world record established early, and she wasn't satisfied with that. Nicely on the board. She missed it a couple of times, but when she got a run up just right, she really put them out there. 5:28 world record, Vanessa Lowe, Australia. It might be the last we see of her. She's talking strongly about retirement, but she's given us so much as a Paralympic athlete, both for Germany and Australia. Men's discus F64. Won by Jeremy Campbell. Croatia second. Great Britain third through Katunisic and Dan Greaves. And as we said at the time, these were difficult conditions to keep balance, stay upright. One slippery circle there, as you can see. Dan Greaves with a 53.56 to finish in bronze medal position. Good competition put together by Ivan Katunisic of Croatia. He did very well with his footwork, looked the least troubled by it, and a 55.06 from the Croatian, good enough for silver. Jeremy Campbell did not have a lot of fun out there, but fortunately with this first throw, it was a good one. He especially struggled, being a big man with the water in the circle. You see his left foot slip there, but look at it sail. We're out past 60 metres, and 60.22 was good enough to get him the gold. It's wet out here. He's quite right. It stayed wet. It started wet. It's still wet. He's got a sense of humour. Daniel Pembroke won the F13 javelin with a 69.52 from Al-Parouj of Iran and Hector Cabrera-Lesa of Spain. Cabrera-Lesa. Fifth in Rio, out past 60 metres with his first attempt. And there is your bronze medalist, Ali Parouj. Bit of a mystery man coming into the competition, but not anymore. We know he can throw and shout. 64.30. Big personal best from him. Daniel Pembroke would not be denied in this one. Fierce determination on his face throughout the competition. Yeah, a bit of Austin Powers about this throw. Yeah, baby, it was good. And it was gold for Pembroke. Paralympic record personal best of 69.52.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the men's 800 meters T53.
Men's shot put F35. Norbakov, the winner, with 16.13. Ura of Argentina, 15.90. And 15.41 for Fu Xinhan of China. Fu did his best work early with a opening 15.41. And at that stage, it was really raining hard. Quite a distraction, just trying to keep the rain out of the eyes, really. Unpleasant. Ura. Of Argentina. Dancing across the circle nicely, keeps his balance out towards 16 metres. And a 15.90, an area record and a big personal best for the Argentinian. Norbakov needed to respond to that. His best to that point had been 15.80. Had to get past 15.90 now with his final throw. How about that for pressure? And how about that as a way to respond from Kuznidan Norbakov of Uzbekistan? Yeah, Ura took it very well.
Uzbekistan. Sizlarga muborak bo'lsin, Toshkentning prezidentimizga ming rahmat. Butun delegatsiya a'zolari hammasiga rahmat, hammaga rahmat.
And there's a pocket of Uzbekistan supporters up in the stand, and they were making a huge amount of noise for him. And they were happy with that. Now, the results of the F33 women's shot put are under review, so officials have got a bit of work to do to clarify that for us before we can confirm the result. Here we go. And Boujda of Algeria, 7-10. El Kassoui of Morocco, and Maria Strong has been promoted to third. Now, she wasn't in the medals before, so there's been some kind of action away from the competition to decide that. Here's El Kassoui. And the throw from Morocco with a 6.72 in her last attempt. Well, the results screen is showing that the Chinese competitor, Qian Zhao, has had no mark. Now, that may mean 6 fouls. Most likely it does. Boujda of Algeria is nominated as our winner with 7.10. That's a Paralympic record. And here's Maria Strong, Australian from Melbourne. She went quite early, actually, and had the lead for a little while. 5th at the 2019 Worlds. Works as a swimming coach back home. 6.63. El Kassoui. A 29-year-old from Morocco, 3rd at the World Championships 2019. .672 is near her personal best. And into the medals. But Boujda of Algeria, 41-year-old, who won in Rio with 5.72. Has done it again, only she's thrown it a lot further than 5 years ago. It's a Paralympic record, 7.10 for Boujda, and she threw it twice. So great joy for Algeria, Morocco and Australia in this one. Gold, silver and bronze. Boujda, El Kassoui and Strong.
Bravo, Binti, bravo, bravo. Bravo. شوف شوف شوف. خاوة. زيد درابو ألجيريا.
Well, the weather tried to rain on this parade, but it didn't stop anything. Not the performances or the records. It really was a day that had everything, and somehow the athletes just put it all to one side, and it gave us another great session. A day on which we actually even had a wedding proposal, a marriage proposal. So we've certainly seen the lot, and we'll see more to come from the National Stadium in Tokyo. Hope you can join us again.